I'm excited to chat with you because you have some incredible new music out here. You have this album Aftermath out. I'm curious, you guys are often described sort of as industrial, maybe thrash, but is there a way that you all describe the music you make?
It's a interesting question. I mean, I try not to fit us in a box,
Sure.
especially when we're in the studio writing music. I just try to be like vulnerable and authentic and however that turns out, without boxing us in, that's how it is.
Who are some of the artists then that influenced you when you were growing up?
So I was listening to like Marilyn Manson, Korn, and Deftones and those kinds of bands a lot growing up.
Well, you have right now out this incredible second full-length album, Aftermath. And the first single is Kill For You. Where did the inspiration for this track come from?
So I normally write from personal experiences, but with this one, I had a little bit more fun with it and kind of writing from like a different perspective, like maybe a little bit of an alter ego kind of a thing. And it's kind of talking about, when love becomes an obsession, and when that line becomes kind of blurry.
What kind of response have you already been receiving from fans?
The response has been great. Has been really looking forward to the new album, and so I'm so excited that it's finally out. And we're going to be able to play all these new songs live, and we're preparing to go out on tour. So, I mean, that's just going to be the best experience.
Amazing. Which of the songs from Aftermath are you excited to play live?
The singles like "Kill for You," "Downfall," and also the song "Doom or Die." Really, I think it's going to really hit hard live, and we're just going to annihilate it.
Well, Do or Die and also Disengaged, Decay are a couple of or few of my favorite tracks off of this Bleed For Me. Are there particular songs on this that hold a special place in your heart? And if so, which ones?
So there's a song called Here It Ends, and that was also one of the things that I didn't necessarily write from like a personal experience, but I thought it was an interesting concept to write, from the perspective of someone facing death and having to leave behind, like your physical body and the people that you love, and the kinds of things that you might be thinking about. So, like the lyrics say, is there anything that I should know before it's too late? Like speaking to somebody you love. And a couple years ago in 2022, our manager at the time actually passed away from leukemia, and we had to go on tour 4 days later. So even though the song wasn't out, we were playing it live, and I dedicated it to him every single night of the tour. And it like all like the first night that I announced it, it like almost brought the whole band to tears. We were just like, oh crap, because of the heavy subject matter of the song and what was going on at the time. Because even though like he had just passed away, we were had a very close relationship, and I knew that the last thing that he would want would be for us to cancel this tour. And I had just spoken to him on the phone the day before he passed, and he was kind of saying like, "This is it," like he kind of already knew. And he was like, love you guys, love you too, like go do your thing, and he knew. And so we had to carry on. And I dedicated that song in his memory. And I sent the song to his wife as well and said, hey, just so you know, like, because we were all really close, we're playing the song live for him every night.
Well, there's incredible songwriting to this. What is your process typically like for when you craft a track?
So normally I hear the music first, and the music will instantly just elicit some kind of feeling in me, and then it's like instantly I link that to like a memory or something personal. And then from there it's kind of I'll do some improv vocals, melodic things, and I'll see some words popping out here or there. And it's really interesting because it's kind of like free form, like stuff coming from my subconscious. I'm like, why did I just blurt out this one random word or one random sentence? So it's kind of working backwards and connecting those dots and then forming sentences that make sense. And then, once it's all written, I look back at that and I'm like, wow, that's actually like kind of prophetic. I didn't know that I thought and felt these things. And it's just really interesting. I kind of learn more about myself when I'm writing music as well.
How much of a hand then do you all have when it comes to the production side of the music you make?
So, for the production side, what do you mean like have a hand? Like we work with our producer and, write the music.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. No, we're very hands-on with everything creatively.
Why is that so important for you all to do that then?
It's just part of self-expression, and it's at the end of the day why I want to be a musician and why I'm passionate about this. I like to express myself through the medium and, like I said, learn things about myself. And then talk about things that maybe people are like not so, comfortable sharing, like, darker emotions and experiences. And I feel like, that kind of vulnerability is what makes it so relatable to a lot of listeners. And at the end of the day, like we are like a rock and metal community, and, a lot of these things, a lot of people are going through, no one's alone. It's all just part of the human experience. And, when you hear a song that's like, so everyone has their own interpretations. Maybe the words will fit, someone else's specific situation.
Sure.
But that's the really cool thing about music, that it becomes something larger than yourself at one point. When you put the song out there, it's not just my song. Now it's everybody's song. It's that person's song, and and they all attach that personal quality to it.
It just must mean so much to you when people reach out and tell you specific songs that they connect to and things that hold a special place in their heart. Even on Aftermath already, I'm sure they're telling you what songs truly connect with them.
Oh, absolutely. I've had people come up to me after shows and be like, "Hey, I was going through a really rough time, but I was listening to your music. It helped me out a lot." And then these are things that you don't even think about when you're writing the music because it's
Oh,
like you're doing it for yourself. But
self,
then you're
yeah.
like, at the end of the day, like I was saying before, now it's not just for myself. It's becomes larger. And when I first started hearing stuff like that, I was just like, "Wow, I didn't realize, that it had that kind of impact." And now I feel like I have a responsibility to keep being, authentically vulnerable, when I
Yeah.
write music, because, it just has such a cool impact. And even like the first time that I saw people sing the words, all the words to our songs, like, you see people in the front row and they know all the words and you're like, what? Like I made me actually emotional. Like I remember it was years ago, but there was like the first time that I saw a group of people singing our songs and I was just like, well, I can't even believe it, Um, that's just like the greatest honor.
I'm curious. You guys are headed out here on tour in October. What can fans expect from a live Black Satellite performance?
So we leave it all on the stage. It's super high energy. We literally play every show like our life depends on it. And it doesn't matter if we're sick or our bodies are broken. Like, as soon as our intro kicks in, adrenaline takes over and we just kill it up there.
How do you all get on stage? Is there a ritual or a pre-show performance that you do before you step on?
I'm normally doing my vocal warm up, and then on the bus, all the band members are fighting over the mirrors so we can do our stage makeup. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, and yeah, and then we just kind of line up side stage. We're joking around normally, or like chit-chatting, and yeah, just normal stuff.
What's next for you guys after you finish your tour? You headed back in the studio already?
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff happening behind the scenes. There's nothing that I can announce as of right now, but it looks like 2026 is gearing up to be another really exciting year for the band. There's going to be a lot of stuff, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah,
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music you all make as Black Satellite?
we're super excited to head back out on the road in literally just a couple weeks now. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love playing live shows, love meeting all the fans. I'm going to be at the merch table every night so people can come meet me, tell me how you're liking the new record. And also, if you want to pick up any VIP meet and greets or anything like that, meet the whole band ahead of time before the show. You can pick that up on blacksatellite.com as well as the ticket links for all of the shows. And our first official merch store is also up there as well.
Mm,
And you can pick up physical copies of the brand new record Aftermath on CD and vinyl. And there's also autographed options available.
That's incredible. So much for the fans. I'm sure they deeply appreciate it too when they tell you at the meet and greets how accessible you are, what it means to them.
It means a lot to me too. It goes both ways.
Well, you guys are wonderful live and you have an incredible album out. I can't wait for more music from you all.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And I'm going to hit stop here. If I can find it. Aha, it moved.